Hello guys, welcome back to the St. Thomas School. Chapter number 4, Introduction to E-Commerce, Part 2. Topics to be covered in this video: traditional commerce versus e-commerce, e-commerce in India, advantages of e-commerce, limitation of e-commerce, e-commerce business model. So let's see what are the differences between traditional commerce and e-commerce. In traditional commerce, business have to compete within a single industry and limited geographical area. That is the main reason, because your communication will be only to the one businessman or one company. Second, in traditional commerce, products are seen, touched, smelled and examined by the customers. That is the benefit if you compare with e-commerce. In the e-commerce, all the things are virtually, but here the customer has a facility to see, touch, smell and check it whether it is comfortable for him or her. Some common feature of traditional commerce are: operates within a certain period of time or during business hours, means we can't go beyond of that. For example, suppose your business hours is since morning to evening, so you can't operate after the evening. So that we have to keep in the mind, and you have to operate your business within a certain region. You can't go beyond of that region. No sharing of information with competitors. We can't share the informations with other competitors. Hiring of salespersons, sales manager and many more. We need to hire a person who sells the products. We need a person who manages all your organization, that is manager, and some other persons who will go for advertisements and control over the organizations. Location renting or purchasing, advertising, inventory, shipping of products. Location renting means where you want to conduct the business, there we need to purchase the place where you conduct, or we have to put on the rent. For advertising, we have to hire someone who will advertise your products to the different people. For inventory management, we need to someone who will manage your inventory, and we need also some person who will go for shipping your products from one place to another when someone is ordering. Differences between the traditional commerce and e-commerce. Let's see. First, traditional commerce: no sharing of information with competitors, hiring of sales person, sales managers and many more. Location renting or purchasing, inventory, shipping of products, operates within a certain period of time or during business hours. If you compare e-commerce, so it operates 24 by 7, means anytime you can operate. Time bonding is not there. Advertisements done electronically. It's a very popular way. It's a very easy way to advertise your products, because nowadays the people almost engaged with the mobile phone, engaged with the digital platform. So through the digital platform, you can advertise, and people will see you the product and can approach to purchase. Browse the product through catalog. What happen when we put our any product? So we put image, description about that products. We put price and feature of that product. People are watching it. People are seeing that, and then they go for ordering this. E-payments, COD are available. E-payments, various payments options are there, like using the debit card, using the credit card, using the net banking, using the e-wallets. And those who don't want to use this kind of the e-payments option, they can go for COD. COD means cash on delivery, means when the products is delivered at the door, that time customer can pay. Goods are delivered to customers within a few days. Yeah, that is the only drawback. At the time of purchasing, you are not getting your products. After a few days, you will get your product. That is the only drawback. Reduce per transaction cost. We can reduce the transaction cost. Why? Because these people are directly communicating with the manufacturers and they are keeping their the products. The cost of the product which we are purchasing is cheaper than the product which you are purchasing from the a person those who are operating their business in a traditional way. Reduce the time taken to perform an overall transactions. It takes a few seconds because these all are done digitally, and once all the things are recorded on the computer or server, it can be easily calculated. E-commerce in India. Due to the use of internet, e-commerce in India is experiencing a remarkable growth and successfully changing the way people transact. In India, due to having the 4G, 3G connectivity and wireless connectivity, people have started to use various gadgets, and that gadgets are very useful for the people those who want to purchase or those who want to conduct the business. So due to this, people in India also started to use e-commerce concept. As internet has reached the rural parts of the India, a drastic change is observed in their the lifestyles. The quality of the quantity and quality of consumption is helping change mindset in the rural area. When the internet connectivity was not there in the rural area, in village, so from that area, people were not aware about the products. They were not knowing how to conduct the business online because they don't have net connectivity, or even they had connectivity, so that was more expensive. But nowadays, the internet is spreaded overall the India. So that's why the people know how to conduct the business and their lifestyle is changed, and they are getting the new products, they are getting the cheap products, and that's why the way of conducting the business is going to be changed in the rural area also due to having the net connectivity. Many factors are playing role for the growth of e-commerce in India. Some of the key factors are listed below. First, the growth of technology like internet connection, broadband, 4G services, laptops, smartphones, tablets, and dongles. These are the first step. Almost all villages have internet connection, broadband connections, 4G services, laptops, smartphones, tablets, dongles. Nowadays, the various companies are setting or installing the towers. That towers helps to connect the internet, and they are speeding up the internet speed using the 4G connectivity. So that is the first reason. Second, increase in use of mobile devices. People are liking to use a smart mobile phone, and in a smart mobile phone they need the net connectivity. That's why it's very useful and very easy to search all the products which they want to purchase, and they are knowing all the informations which they want to get it. Availability of mobiles devices. Everywhere the mobiles are there. Busy lifestyles, traffic congestion, and lack of time for traditional shopping. Nowadays, the people are so busy. They are engaged with your work. So they are engaged with their work. That's why they don't have a time to go for the physical shopping and the traditional commerce. They want to finish the work within a minute or within a certain time. So they like to enjoy, they like to join this e-commerce concept. Availability of much wider products range. They are getting all kind of the products, latest products. Increase use of online classified sites with more consumers buying and selling second hand goods. Now they have a facility to purchase the second hand goods also, second hand products also. Those who are not capable to pay, or those who are not able to pay a big amount for purchasing the a product which is very expensive, but they like to use, so but they can't pay due to not having the much amount. But some of the websites, they are selling the second hand products. That second hand products are very useful, and these are cheaper than, maybe these are uh, purchased by the customer in the half cost compared than the new products cost. So they are easily getting, and they are fulfilling their the demand. So that is the um, benefit to grow the e-commerce in rural area or in India. Lower prices. Compare than the physical shop, compare than the traditional commerce, the prices of the products are lower. Evolution of online marketplace model is site like Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, and many more. Every day we are getting the new items, new products on the different digital platform, different portals like Flipkarts, Amazons, and they are providing notification to the customers. They are talking to the customers, they are inspiring the customers to purchase the products, they are helping the customers while purchasing the products. So they are, that's why the e-commerce concepts are going to be increased in India day to day. COD, cash on delivery. In India, 90% people purchasing the product on COD, cash on delivery. They don't believe to pay uh, the amount through the credit card or debit card, because they feel like that if I put details of the credit card and debit cards in the bank, so maybe someone will steal the information of it. So people are liking to pay the amount through the cash on delivery. Attractive offers. Offers are also given by the various company on their the products. They are giving the discount, Diwali offers. So that's why people are loving to use this e-commerce concept. EMI. Even suppose you want to purchase a big products or big electronics items, and you don't have an amount to pay at a time. So now the companies are offering to pay, or various portals are offering to pay on EMI. EMI means monthly you can pay that amount to the various uh, seller who is selling the products. So that is also reason behind increasing the internet connectivity and increasing the usage of e-commerce in India. What are the advantages of e-commerce? The first, conduct business 24 by 7. Second, lower cost. Third, no boundaries or geographical limitations. Third, improved and better customer services. Fourth, teamwork. Next, eliminates travel time and cost. Next, speed. Conduct business 24 by 7. Using e-commerce, business can be operated anywhere, anytime. That is the big benefit. There is no time bonding. There is no geographical bounding. You can conduct the business anytime, anywhere. Whenever you free, you can conduct it. A customers can purchase a product anytime, anywhere. Payment can made anytime, anywhere, and accepted anytime, anywhere. The business activity do not remain time bound. Lower cost. Using internet or for business activity can reduce the cost of marketing, distributions, phone, postage, printing, and many other such activities. That's why the cost of products are cheaper when the customers are purchasing. In e-commerce, requirements of physical store space or infrastructure investment is minimal because they need only the less store, or they don't need to put the store in the inside the city and the front of some places where the places are very popular. You can keep your products anywhere, doesn't matter, but we have to keep in the mind from where you can ship your products. But if you purchase the, or if you rent the physical store, so they will take more amount if you are keeping in the city area, in the such hi-fi area from where the people can connect easily. But in the e-commerce, no need of such kind of the area or the places. You can keep your products anywhere, but we have to keep in the mind from there you can ship this product easily. The cost of opening a physical store is very high as compared to doing business on internet. Customers are also benefited by getting a wide range of products for selection at lower cost due to the competition amongst the vendors and elimination of distributors or intermediaries for selling the products. Basically, what happened? Every minute we are getting a new kind of products. Uh, we are going to be offered new variety of products, and no middleman. The directly the company is dealing with manufacturers. The cost of products are going to be minimized, and that is the benefit for the customers. That's why customers are getting these products in a lower amount. Second thing is that due to the various competitions by the various portals, the companies are offering customers just by giving the discount and some facilities like EMI. No boundaries or geographical limitations. A physical store is limited by its geographical area of services. With e-commerce, business can reach out to millions of customers in an instant, which is not possible in any conventional mode of marketing. Suppose if you are conducting the business using the traditional commerce, so your business will be spread only in that region where you are conducting. But if you are going to conduct the business through the e-commerce, you can connect the various people to the entire world, not only to that particular region. So here there is no geographical boundaries, there is no geographical limitations. You can sell your products, you can conduct your business to the entire globe. It has the ability to reach potential buyers easily, further creating new markets. Global coverage can be reached through creating a website and uploading it on internet. Basically, what happens when we sell something on the internet? We keep the photo of that product, we keep the feature of that product, price of that product, advantages of that, and through that people are purchasing. People are seeing that products They also compare with some other products. They also see the review of these products and then they go for purchasing. But if a people wants to purchase through the physical shop, so there is no feedback, there is no review, there is no compare with other products. So people liking to use this uh, e-commerce facility. Improved and better customer services. Here there is a expert in communication in the various portals like Flipkarts, Amazons. If you have a little bit confusion while purchasing, so you can make a call and you can ask to the customers, I want to purchase this and my amount is this. So what I do and which kind of the product we need to purchase. So you will be convinced, you will be informed by the customer care and your confusion will be cleared. So, and if even you have a problem after purchasing the products, suppose there is a defect in the product, you are not able to use that product, or you want to return it, you want to upgrade it. So just by making a call to the customer care, you can get help and you can do this. So as we know, there is a direct communication with the customer. It is possible to solve the queries related to the price, quality, features of the products, and other, thus resulting in a better customer services. For companies that do business with other companies, adding customers service online is competitive advantages. Nowadays, all the portals are keeping the good customer care executive. They talk very nicely. They understand the problem of the customers. They try to give 100% solutions. That's why people are attracting with them and they are purchasing that products or connecting their business through that particular website. Online customer services make customers happier. They talk such a way, they clear all the doubts. That's why when the customers talk to the customer care executive, they will feel happy and they will uh, enjoy and they will share with their the happiness with others so that others can also encourage to purchase. E-commerce gives better and quicker customer services. Just within a seconds, they will receive your call and they will answer it. Now they have a digital assistant if they are busy. So common services are there, common problems are there, and their solutions are also there. So you can communicate with that digital assistant also. These all are in the various languages, not only one single language. In which language you are comfortable to talk, you will talk to the customer care executive. Information can be shared easily on the internet. Yeah, if you want to share to someone else, you can share it. A merchant can email its customers about the new products, can also solve the products related problems. When the new products are coming, then the merchants who is selling the products can share about this through the email or through the messaging, through the textual messaging to the customers, and customers can see the products and can purchase. If they have a doubt also, they can solve it. Teamwork. Teamwork is most important in any organizations. Here the various people are working together to make business smoothly. E-commerce helps organizations to work together. One good example is the use of email, which helps people to exchange information. It has changed the way organizations interact with the suppliers, vendors, business partners, and customers. These all are connected. These all are working together. For example, suppose if you want to purchase something through the any other portal, so what we do first? We go through that portal. If you have a doubt, you can message to the customer care executive. You will get the help from there. Even you have not satisfied with that textual conversation, you can directly make a call and you can ask. Suppose if you have a technical problem, So you can communicate with the technical person. If you have a problem with the sales, you can talk to the salesperson. If you have a problem with the payments, you can talk to the person those who are dealing the payment. So various departments are there, and all the departments are working together to conduct the business very smoothly. So that is teamwork. Eliminate travel time and cost. The customers do not have to travel long distance to reach their preferred physical store. E-commerce allow them to visit the same store virtually with a few mouse clicks. No need to go anywhere, just open your the devices or a smartphone or any gadget having the net connectivity and see their products and the features, and we can just can by the single click you can order your products. As speed. Doing business electronically is much faster than using the traditional method because all the things are kept or stored digitally. Within a single click, within a minute, your business will be conducted, your product will be ordered. Nowadays, there is a fast delivery. Within 24 hours, your product will be delivered at your home. So there is a speedy work here. The speed of business transactions increase significantly as delays for communications is avoided by the conducting transaction online. They want nowadays more faster and more faster. Within a seconds, when you click, you will be see the order has been dispatched. You will get the notification also. Business organizations can generate purchase orders and send it to the suppliers online without delay. Because there is all the things are digitally done, that's why it doesn't take a more time. Within a seconds, it will be sent. Suppliers can receive and process the order quickly. This also help in the reducing the shipping time. Information appearing on the internet can be changed rapidly. If there is a changes, within a second it can be changed. This gives business organizations the ability to inform the customers of any change in the product or services offered by the company. What are the benefits of e-commerce to the society? The first, e-commerce also provides the following benefits to the society. Buy from home, offices or any place. You are allowed to buy from anywhere. Less travel to purchase your products, which further reduce pollution and traffic. Distance learning and educations, that is more popular. If you want to educate yourself, you want to upgrade your the knowledge or educations or degree, you can go for distance learning. What are the limitations of e-commerce? Resistance to change. Second, initial cost. Third, security. Fourth, privacy. Fifth, lack of trust. And next, time for delivery of product. Resistance to change. The business organization need to change from traditional business to e-commerce, which is faced by a lot of resistance. You might have seen those who are used to use a traditional way of conducting the business. They don't want to give up. They don't want to change themselves. So that is also problem. So we need to train them. We need to teach them. They have to learn how to switch from traditional e-commerce to e-commerce. So that is a problem. People need to get used to paperless and faceless business transactions. Initial cost. E-commerce requires significant initial investment in new technologies, which can change the company's core business process. If you want to conduct a business through e-commerce, we need to purchase software, we need to purchase the hardware, we need to purchase the expert, those who are dealing that, we need to purchase the software developer. I mean, so we have to hire the software developer. So that is the initial cost. It also requires investment in the hardware and software, as I spoken. The staff training is needed to understand the way of conducting the business using the e-commerce. Those who are there, they need to trained. They need to be trained. because they are knowing how to conduct the business traditionally, but they don't know how to conduct the business digitally, so they have to be trained. Security, that is the big issue. A primary concern in e-commerce is security. The data or information traveling on the internet related to the company or individuals should be protected by an unauthorized access. That's why in India, the people loving to use COD, not e-payment. In the e-payment, what happens? We give our details like uh, PAN card number, mm, debit card number, code, ID and passwords. It may be chance to steal by someone else. So that is the problem. So internet provides universal access, but companies should protect their assets from malicious or accidental misuse. So a company which is providing the facility of e-commerce has to protect the information of the customers just by putting the high security coding over there. Privacy. You might have heard some of the companies are selling the data. Let me clear. Selling the data of customers to the other organizations. So that should not be happen. That's why in India the 59 apps are banned because our government got informations from these apps. These apps are stealing the information of the customers and sharing to the Chinese government. So the privacy of the customers' information is serious issue in India. The customers hesitate to share their personal information on the internet due to the fear of misuse. That is the big issue. Many times the companies sell their database information to the marketing companies and they in turn send unwanted mails to the customers. What happened? When they sell the data to the other company, they are getting the big amount in return of selling the data. So that is the biggest problem. The hackers also might intercept the information on the internet and misuse the data. The protection should be provided from hackers, viruses, transfer of data, and transaction risk. Lack of trust. Still, people are not trusting on purchasing the product digitally. They hesitate to purchase the product. They hesitate to give their information on internet. So sometimes the business frauds like non-delivery of products, incorrect information of products, lack of security of payment transactions creates a dissatisfaction amongst the customers. That should be not be happen. That should be protected by the that particular side from where the customers are dealing. Also, returning the defective goods purchased online can be difficult issues. Many a time the customers order the new products, but in return of them, they are getting the old products, defective products, and these products are not going to be returned. They are ordering something and they are getting something different products. So that should not be happen. That's why the trust of the customers are going to be lose out. The common concern here are who pays the return postage. Will full refund be made by the merchant and whether the product will reach to their original sources. Here the duty of the that particular portal which is selling the products or conducting a business to win the trust of the customers just by giving the full support, full return fund. If there is something happening with something happening wrong with the customers, that portals has to be with the customers and has to help them. Then the trust of the customers will be increased. Time for delivery of products. That is also a problem. When we go for the physical shop, so at the time of purchasing the products, your products will be near the hand. But here if you purchase some product online, so it will take a few days or few hours. After few hours, your product will become. So here, that company has to think about that. They need to deliver the product within a minute, within hours, or at the time or the promised time. In a physical store, we select the products and live with the products in our hands, that I have told. In e-commerce, we often buy products that are not available locally, which means the products needs to be delivered with takes a time and cost money. Sometimes what happen if you purchase a product which is below 500, the cost of that product is below 500, then for that we have to pay some uh, delivery money, but in the physical we no need to pay. The cost of shipping charge and an overhead in case the product is ordered from a distance plus. If it is so far, so sometimes the companies are offering and demanding to pay more delivery charges. Perishables products like fruits, vegetables, and others are not preferred to be purchased online. Online store does not provide the opportunity to touch, wear, or feel the products. Therefore, online selling of the such products like clothes, furnitures might be tricky one. Payments on e-commerce are most often conducted using credit card facilities, and as a result, very small and very large transactions are not preferred to be conducted online. What is e-commerce business models? The business model of e-commerce are defined based on parties involved and the type of business activities or services provided. This business model tells how the one party is involving with others, how the one party is communicating with other parties to conduct the business online. So here we have a various business model. Let's see. The first, business to customer or consumer. Second, business to business. Third, consumer to consumer. Fourth, consumer to business. Fifth, government to business. Sixth, government to citizen. Next, government to government. So these are the various business models. Let's see one by one. Business to consumer. Here, the one business holder is communicating with customers directly for their product selling or for their services selling. For example, you can see the various websites are selling the products like Flipkart, Amazon. So business to consumers refers to the business and organizations that sell products or services to consumers over the internet using the website directly. No middleman. The businessman and the consumers are communicating, and they are dealing their uh, services and products which they want to purchase. Consumers from anywhere can browse and order the products or services anytime. The sellers can sell products directly to the consumers, and the buyers are individual customers. This type of e-commerce that the consumers are most likely to see on the internet. Lately, it has gained a high popularity amongst the consumers due to the simplified and the fast way to buy products. Apart from online retailing, B2C also includes services like online banking, real estate services, travel services, and many more. This model is very popular because the businessman is directly communicating with consumers, no middleman, and that's why the cost of products are going to be minimized. The services are going to be conducted, the business are going to be conducted very smoothly. Nowadays, the various banking sectors are also working on that. Real estates are also working. Travel agencies are also working. So that is most popular. Some example of B2C websites are Amazon, Rediff, Fabmart, Flipkart, Myntra, etc. Business to business. Here two business holders are communicating digitally. The business to business refers to e-commerce activities between different business partners. Like Alibaba. Alibaba is a big portal and that is communicating with various portals like Amazon, Flipkart. So there is one business is communicating with another business holders. So in B2B, both the seller and buyer are business entities. It enables the business to form e-relationship with their the suppliers, distributors and other agents. This allows more transparency among the business entities involved and result in the more efficiency. For example, a manufacturer deals with the suppliers, a distributors and wholesalers. The manufacturer using the B2B can quickly communicate to the supplier about dimensioning stock products. The supplier in the turn can respond quickly to it. With the help of B2B, the companies can improve the efficiency of common business activities like supplier management, inventory management, payment management, and many more. It is an effective media for managing telemarketing, supply chain, procurement, just-in-time delivery, online services. Some example of B2B websites are Conduity.com, TradeInIndia.com, etc. Consumer to consumers. Consumer to consumers refers to e-commerce activities involving transaction between and among the consumers. Means here two consumers are communicating or many consumers are communicating to each other. It enables the consumers to directly deal with each other through online auctions and classified advertisements without the involvement of third party. For example, suppose you have some second hand devices or a phone or something else you want to send to someone else. So you can keep that products on the such a site like OLX, Quicker, and just by offering to the other customers this product I want to sell, how much amount you want to give to that product, these are the features and these are the usage time. So customers go for bidding this and they are finalizing the price, and when you are satisfying with that price then you can sell it. So that is example of consumer to consumers. Means one consumer is communicating with another consumers to purchase or sell something from others. Any internet user can become a vendor or purchase at C2C website. Auction sites are a good example of C2C model. If we have any products to sell, we can get it list at the auction site and other can bid for it. Means if you want to sell, we have to register our product to the auction site, then we are allowed to sell that. Some example of C2C websites are ebay.com, olx.com, quikr.com. Consumers to business. Consumers to business involves reverse auction where the consumers determine the price of products or services. In this type of e-commerce, consumers have a choice of a wide range of products and services along with the opportunity to spy the range of the prices that they can afford or are willing to pay for particular product or services. The companies bid to offer the products or services to the consumers. It helps in reducing the bargaining time while increasing flexibility for both the consumers and the company. C2B use internet to reverse the normal buying process wherein the consumers decide what they are willing to pay and business decide whether to accept it or not. Some example of C2B websites are Bidestall, Jeetle. Government to government. Government to government refers to online non-commercial communications between the government agencies, organizations, and departments with other government agencies, organizations, and departments. The sharing of information helps in reducing the IT cost, streamline procedures, and government offices can be more efficient. From all the e-commerce models described above, B2C, B2B are the two most widely used models. The major difference between the two models is the consumers. In B2B model, the consumers are other companies, while B2C model is the consumers and individuals. Government to business. Government to business refers to the services and information provided by the government to the business organizations through vast network of government websites. Means if you no need to go physically and visit to the offices. If you want to conduct the business, you can directly communicate with the government. Various sites are offered by the government. They are like tenders, so you can fill the form and you can get it. A business organization can get all the annotations related to the business, policies, approval for starting the business, setup requirements, and other specifications from these websites. Various forms can be filled and submitted online to the related government offices. For example, Income Tax Department of Government of India has their website Income Tax India gov.in, wherein all the rules related to the tax, different forms and facilities for the submission of online tax return are provided. Customers or various business can see that, businessmen can see and can communicate with the government. This business model is a part of e-governance initiatives. Government to citizens. The government to citizens is also part of e-governance. The objective of this business model is to provide good and effective services to individual citizens. The website provides information regarding the various government departments, various welfare schemes, different applications forms to be used by the citizens, etc. The Gujarat government has developed its own network called Gujarat State Wide Area Network for this purpose and is available online. Or another example you can see, there is a website for the SMC. If you want to pay tax, I mean the property bill, you want to pay SMC bill or any fine, so you can go directly to that and you can. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see again in the next lesson. Bye bye.